And welcome back to Intuitive Energies and your reading for Monday. Now, as always, this is the second week I'm doing this. I'm going to be doing part 1 and part 2 in the same video. I will split it up into chapters so you can find it and you can watch it whenever you want to. Thank you so much for being here. We are looking at the energies of this week, and we started very much with the energy of being in the present moment. I find that anxiety is not helped by thinking of the things in the past, things that may have not been done or things that you worried about, and then worrying about what it's going to happen or what happens in the future. And I feel that that is really what they're trying to hone in on the message this week, on the right now of standing still. And before I started this reading, I picked a couple of cards, and let me see here if I can zoom in to show you. Just to see where the energy would be flowing with this. And I got the card of Justice, and Justice usually means very different things, but I feel that she is on a black and white, and I know it's not a checkerboard, but it's almost like the board of life of what you want. And I felt it very much with the Page of Pentacles here, of being very still. Being very still in the moment, and also being very still so that the scales have time to be to really, well, even out or equal out. And I think that this is the past and the future, and I think by standing still and being in the moment, you really will get an idea of how to get things going in a very more productive way. You also have the star, and the star seems to be shining very brightly down on you. And I have a feeling that being in the right now will give you also the time to let in what needs to be let in. Okay, when we're moving so fast, sometimes we're missing things. And when you have a moment to really take the time to stop and like smell the roses, like they say, you get a moment of seeing where the transformation is happening, and you get to really be in the now of it instead of in thinking of the past or thinking of how the future. Okay, so we're going to look at the card of now, and we're going to do the Page of Pentacles later on, a little later in the second part. And what it says right here is very profound. It says, in the holy space between. I love that. I love it's in between the mountains. It's gorgeous. Very much of a lot of feminine energy coming in. And it says, allow me, divine beloved, to rest in that holy space between what is and what will be. You can actually put what was as well, right? Let me fully embrace, relax, and bless the now. There's also that butterfly of, again, acknowledging that the transformation will be shown to you if you take a moment to be in the moment. Okay? So that's what we're going to be working on this week, the moment. I am going to use the Rose Oracle. I'm also going to be using the Work Your Light Oracle. I'm going to be using both these decks. Now, I am aware that the Healing Waters Oracle has just come out, and I will be getting a copy of that soon, but I don't have it right now. So I'm going to use these. The Rose I just recently got, so. And you guys know we'll get the Healing Waters because it's water, right? That's like an open invitation for Pisces, right? It's water cards. We need those, right? The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. And that's what I was feeling all of this week. Right from the beginning when I started doing the healing readings on Sunday, we were talking about the Divine Mother, right? So in this, there's a receiving of that kind of energy that's coming in, Pisces, for you. That beautiful inner mother, that person who will take care of you, that divine feminine vibe. So let me see here, the child within. They made it easier, at least in this book, to find what you need. So listen to this beautiful message, Pisces. We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule, and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from our cells, to find a way to soften, to remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen. Again, do you notice how the different time spaces are being mentioned here? We're all innocent children of the stars and the earth, and we had that beautiful star card, right? The flowers are here for us. There's a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nurture the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart right now. So right now, Pisces, okay? So absolutely, love this card. It fits so perfectly into the energy of this week. It is asking you to nurture the child within, to be the mothering, beautiful energy, and to receive that love, okay? It's so important. So, it's something that needs to be done for you, Pisces, all the time, okay? It's very relevant, and it's key to helping you move forward in this energy. Okay, so let's take the Tarot of Oneness. And let's pull some cards. Ooh. It just came out right away, right? Look at that. What were we talking about? That hurt child? Absolutely. Another three. The Three of Pentacles. Six of Wands. And the Devil. Absolutely. So, right away when all these cards came out, the first thing that I kept thinking is, especially for these two, is you may be feeling watched. And this is not, you feel not watched in a bad way. I mean, watched in a bad way. I'm not talking about stalker watching. I'm talking about watched by, you are afraid that people are going to judge you by your actions. You feel like you might be being monitored in a way of, oh, is she doing it or is he doing it right or wrong? And that is making you go into this. This is trickery, okay? This is trickery. I'm going to tell you something right now about people. We generally focus on a lot of things of our own. Rightfully so. We're living our lives, right? So imagine that the person beside you is doing the exact same thing. They're worrying about their family, their lives, their journey, what they're doing, how they're doing. When I realize that people don't just sit and focus only on what's going on with me, I realize that there's not that many people sitting there waiting for you to trip up or fall on your face. In fact, many people may not even notice any of that. The idea here is to move on from that kind of problem, that kind of grief that you're giving yourself over this situation. Okay? And what you need to do is, if you need help, is to ask for it, divine or otherwise. This is where you ask help for it. Okay? People are not, they will see when you succeed. And if you actually make a big deal out of failing at something, then people will notice that too. But there's no need to make a big deal out of it, okay? It's like we see our flaws, right? And we keep pointing. If you have a mark on your cheek and you go, look at the mark on my cheek, look at the mark on my cheek. Did you notice the mark on my cheek? And the person will say, I didn't even notice until you pointed it out. That's the thing I'm talking about. People have their own lives. They don't spend every waking minute staring at you, waiting for you to screw up. Okay? So don't let the devil kind of drag you down into this pit of despair. Okay? He's going, come here. Let me keep you down here with me in the low vibing energy. And you don't want that, okay? Tell him to go back to where he belongs. And that's the energy, okay? Go back somewhere I don't have to deal with you. I'm going to live my life in the now. I'm not going to wait or think that people are watching or waiting for me to fail. Okay? Stop causing yourself this grief. And instead, develop partnerships that are going to help you grow, that are going to help you move past that kind of lack thinking, scarcity thinking, negative thinking. Yeah. A lot of red here. This is like base chakra. Ugh, I hate this, right? It makes you feel like you're going to screw up, that there's something not going well, right? So they say, what? Beloved, to rest in that holy space between what is and what will be. Instead of, rest in that space. Okay. The Magician. Gorgeous. See how the colors change there? Seven of Swords, protecting yourself from that negative energy. Absolutely. Yep. That's what's going on there. Yeah. And the Nine of Pentacles. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. You are going to a place of abundance instead. Instead of having these kind of scarcity and scary thoughts of, oh, people are watching me, waiting for me to fail. Or you may even get that impression because you live with somebody who's very negative. What you need to do is the magic of you right now, as you see, as you're transforming that red into a myriad of colors. All of these colors. See that? See how beautiful? Take that red and turn it into pinks and soft yellows and blues and purples. And protect yourself from this. The Seven of Swords. Okay? That thing stalking you in a tree, waiting for you to screw up, right? Which may or may not be there. Could just be leaves. Who knows? Right? And instead focus on the beauty, the garden. Shed some light, some positive light. Count your blessings. Count your abundance. Stop yourself from running away with these thoughts. The embodiments of cup. See how it's changing. It's changing from this grief to transforming into what? Embodiment of cups, which is the King of Cups. Don't you feel the calm coming in right there? Okay? The calm is coming in. The strength and the courage. Look at that. Love it. Love it. So pretty. So right, Pisces. What's happening here? Spirit wants you to transform that into your inner strength, your brave heart, and to find some self-assurance. You have it within you. It's just that you're letting things run away with you, and it's making you feel less than courageous. But remember, you can increase your personal power at any time because that comes from within you. It's an infinite, and it's so beautiful when you finally break out and say, that's enough. That's enough. I'm going to take care of this. Okay? I'm going to deal one thing at a time. There's nothing really wrong right now, but I'm driving myself down the path of insanity. Telling myself things. Making myself believe that people are waiting for me to fail. Or that things, or bad things are going to happen to me. Be in it right now. You're missing the magic of right now. Embody calm, courage, strength, a lot of abundance, and get away from, he will disappear as soon as you start doing that. Okay? The one thing I know about fears and the one thing I've learned in any way that I've thought of the devil through my lifetime is that they don't react well to strength. They do not react well. That energy does not react well to courage and strength and abundance and gratitude. Yeah. They kind of disappear like a mist. And it's good. It's good that they do. Okay? Eight of Wands. Look at that. So pretty. Finally, the passage is going to start moving. Okay? You're going to move on from this row right here, these cards. You're going to move on into this. You're going to have progress. As soon as you recapture the strength, the embodiment of calmness and fulfillment and peace, being calm when the storms is raging around you. When all these thoughts come in and they go, psst, things could go wrong, things could be bad. And you go, no, right now, right at this moment, I am sitting here, and what am I doing? I am letting spirit come in. I'm letting love come in. I'm actually fine right at this moment. Snap yourself back into the right now and get exercise. Do this exercise a lot, as many times as you can. When your mind starts traveling in the past or the future and it's giving you anxiety, remember to reconnect with your body right now and go, okay, where am I? What's going on? Check in with yourself. It is the very best thing that you can do. It quite oftentimes gets you snapping back into the right now and how you're feeling right now. Okay? Check in with yourself a lot. Be grateful. Be happy. Yeah. All of this, especially this row going down, you say grief. The magic is in the embodiment of calm, and then you progress again. It's like flipping the switch. The devil, that energy of come here, come to the depths of darkness with me, feel crappy with me, come to me. And then you're going, but I have so many things to be grateful for. And I believe in myself, and I know that I can do it. And then, whoosh, you're away. You're far away from him. Look at you speeding off into the distance. Of course you are. So remember that negativity right in the middle, that's a culprit. That's the one who's the pain in the behind, the one who's going to cause you these problems. All right, Pisces, so this is the end of the first reading. So now we're going to move into part 2 with the Page of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit, for everything that you're offering. Spirit energy is getting stronger. I feel them very clear these days, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to be using now your Work Your Light and also the Spacious Tarot. I didn't tell you, but that's the deck I'm using this week with Work Your Light. And this should be nice. We want space, right? We want room to sit in comfort and beauty and just so we can really drag in the air into our lungs. So again, with the Page of Pentacles, I'm feeling that this card is saying something to the effect of, I am sitting in this space. I'm actually standing in this space. Okay? Almost like waiting for direction, taking my time, learning. There is no fast pace. There's nothing really driving me at this point. I'm growing where I stand. I love that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so unbound, very nice. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Very, very, very nice. Fitting. It's releasing all of that. We were talking about that too, releasing that negativity, all that stuff that's causing us all these problems. And let's see if I can unbound. If I can find this. This one is before they did. There we go. Got it. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Honestly. Right now. The word now is coming. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. Yes, an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence, poverty, chastity. It's time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of life's past, including this one. Okay? What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it's also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small, caused by a soul fear of being seen, or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow now, you need to soften by receiving and calling support. It's kind of weird because this is about unbounding, but they're talking about softening again. That soft, feminine spot. Again. Wonderful. It's time to unbind from old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. So you can say this. You can write it down if you want, but you can say this. I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. In the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Beautiful. So don't let the past or the future keep you prisoner in the present moment. Wow. That's it. As we used to say a couple years ago, that's the shiznit. That's it. My kids used to say that. That's it. All right. All right, so we're going to take from the Spacious Tarot. The Spacious Tarot. 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 Spacious Tarot Let's chat, Pisces. Let's chat. All right. The devil. Surprise. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. The High Priestess. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The Sun. The Sun. Let's see here. There we go. The Five of Cups. So, of course, the Devil card comes out again. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it, right? But in this deck, it's so beautiful. Because it seems you can't see the forest for the trees, but you can see the light through it. That's the thing that gets to me. You can see the light at the end of this tunnel. And I think that's the work they want you to do this week. To see that these restrictions, as soon as you walk away from them, you're going to be walking into the light. And you're quite okay. The High Priestess is about inner wisdom, intuition. She's also feminine, the priestess, right? It's about being quiet and listening, being receptive to spirituality, to your higher self, to trusting your intuition, to seeking the answers within yourself. The sun is sending down light to the beautiful flower that is receiving it. Again, there is a receiving coming in. You have the Five of Cups at the end. And you know that Five of Cups really pees me off. I don't like getting that at the end of that row. Okay? Because the Five of Cups for me is like the emotional upheaval. A feeling out of balance. It's disappointment. It's sadness. It's a confusion. It's mourning. It's suffering. It's everything that anxiety and living in these different places in the mind can cause us. They really screw up the rest of our energy. They make us think that there's no way to those two other cups in the background, and that we're just left with these three broken glasses in front of us with nothing to do about it. And the very sad part of it is that it's a skewed way of seeing things. Okay? It's spelling misfortune for you that may have not even happened. So there needs to be an emotional adjustment to this, and to concentrate on what you still have, and that maybe this waterway between the three cups there and that one, it's just a little creek. It doesn't mean that it's a big lake. It's just something that you can probably waddle through to get to the other side. Okay? So, let's keep going. Alright, so you have the Lover. I love it, the fact that it's the major arcana coming in. The Elder of Swords. The Page of Pentacles, the Child of Pentacles coming back in. The Elder of Swords is asking you to look above all of this crap. Okay, that's coming in, of course. I love the Elder Swords. It's always like clarity, sharp mind, if you put it in perspective to what you're supposed to be seeing, then it will all be very, very clear to you. You have the Lover's card. This is like DNA, beautiful well-being. It is within your DNA, your masculine and feminine. That love should be part of you, right? Harmony, a union, making that important choice of committing to happiness and well-being without fear. That is my card of this, always. Committing, making that choice to commit to well-being and happiness without fear. Okay? It's when the heart and the head get united and decide to do what is right. Okay? Tune into your heart's desires while still paying attention to your logic. It's written, it's right here. There's your King of Swords. That's the mind. So this is where you need to stand with this. Again, be seated, stand, and grow from that perspective. And that will help you move forward. That will help you find the direction that you're going into, my beautiful Pisces. And unbound you from this, okay? To stay in the now. To recapture the child within that came in this card. It's right here. Baby bear, baby bear. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Explorer of Cups. Guardian of Pentacle. Okay. So I do believe, I always wonder about that, but I'm pretty sure the Guardian is the, let me see, I think the Guardian is the Queen, and, you know, I think the Explorer, yeah, the Explorer is the, that's right, and the Elder, right? I'll double check, I don't know, I've got to double check, right, myself, I always do, yeah, it is. So, you finish off with the Queen of Pentacles, no surprise there at all, because the Queen of Pentacles is, again, that nurturing queen, okay? Like I said, very much, I think she has a lot in common with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups has more of a spiritual, but the Queen of Pentacles also has, like, major resources. She's such a beautiful, like, nature queen, right? She is, like, receiving all the resources that are available to her. And the Nine of Pentacles above it is like saying that everything that you do, this energy, by accepting the now and not being anxious in the future, that's going to bring great big dividends. Not only for you, I'm actually hearing from Spirit, some of you, if you're doing business ideas or you're even practicing this in your relationship, other people will, you can make money out of it, and you can also really foster beautiful partnerships from it, because you become somebody who is living in the now. You're not living in the past, dragging the people with you in the past with you, through your past with you, and you're not always putting or pining your hopes of the future on them or with them. And then you can be in the right this moment, and you can feel the abundance. You can open up those gates and appreciate everything that you have, okay? The Explorer of Cups is telling me that you need to, especially with this deck, you need to go further down. You need to deep dive into this type of energy, Pisces, right now. You need to deep dive, in other words, in the right now, where you are. Not deep dive in the future or go into the past. You have to deep dive into right now. Like I told you, when you're feeling that moment of anxiety or whatever is happening, you kind of just go, all right, where am I right now? Check in with yourself. And that's deep diving into what's happening at the moment. Deep dive on what joys you have in your life. Even if something's happened, what you have left. Okay? Sometimes you're not feeling the greatest, but what do you have? You have people who care about you. You have a safe roof over your head. So you have warmth. You have comfort. Okay? Or use it in a different way. If you don't have certain things, like even if you don't have right now a physical roof that you can count on, but you have a roof, be grateful for that. You have good friends who offer you a roof. Be grateful for that. If you have pets and they help you, be grateful for them. You're getting love, okay? Sometimes the things around us, they're important, and sometimes they're not. And that's why we keep the things that are important to us. Look around you. Look at the things that are important to you. You have done that consciously to bring these things to you and to keep them near you, okay? If they were important to you and you don't have them, and you don't have them right now, that means they might not have been that important to you. Okay? And I'm not talking about loss of anything, something that caught you unaware. I'm talking about the things that you've consciously decided to keep in your life and the things that you've decided to leave in your life. Sometimes we like to throw ourselves in the mind going, well, why don't I? Because them and they all have it and I don't have it. We have to stop thinking of the what ifs and who and the past. Think about right now. Deep dive into the things that you love and the people that you have and the gratitude that you have right now. So I'm going to start, Pisces. I haven't done this in a while. What am I grateful for today? With the couple of days that I had of anxiety, I am so grateful to be able to come here in spirit and not feel any of that at all. When I tap into Mona Liam and my own spirit all together, it feels like there's a great big wall of spiritual light that comes through, that kind of infuses my physical body with all kinds of great energy that helps me help you, which in turn makes me feel even better. So in the right now, this is what I'm grateful for. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I would do this anywhere, anyhow, even if I was sore or anxious or whatever. All of that will pass. This is beautiful, permanent, gorgeous, and I'm getting a higher view of that. So I am going to ask you, what are you grateful for today? And no worries, I wasn't that anxious today. I was doing pretty good. But I feel like when I have those moments, they're kind of residual, that leaves a little bit. So, but let me know in the comments how you feel right now. I want you to deep dive in what you can see and feel and are grateful for at this very, very moment. So, Pisces. Even when you feel restricted, there is a way out. You can see the light within the trees. And that light is a light of love. It's the light of well-being and committing to it, of being grateful for all that you do have, and going into that feminine energy of receiving the wonderful things that are being offered. Sometimes the pictures we paint are much worse than what we think with this Five of Cups. However, you have this beautiful place where you can be and really take a great look, deep dive into those emotions and make them valid or invalid. And I think if they're causing you pain, making sure that they have real validity is the kindest thing that you can do to yourself. Because if they're not valid, it's time to rise above that, okay? And nurture yourself and see above all of this stuff. Let the light shine in and let the intuition come into you and help you out. I thank you so much for coming to this reading today. I feel that there's a lot of softness and gentleness coming in. Really fantastic energy. It's doing really great things for me. And I hope that it's going to do great things for you. I'm going to send it out to you, my beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much. Love, light, and blessings. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.